Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're back again with another video today. Going back to the roots today, we've got a recap video today. As we all know, there was 9 games of basketball on today. All very exciting games. There was a few of them that were more just teams taking care of business compared to others. But we had, the return of Joel Embiid today, which is huge for the Sixers. He's already started to make an impact, as we've seen today. My Warriors pull out a close one against the Mavericks, who are currently in form. And the Heat take care of the Knicks off the back of a 30-point performance from Donte DiVincenzo. So without further ado, we've got 9 games to get through, so I may as well start and get right into it. So here we go. First game of the day was an upset. It was a good game in the end. The Wizards take care of business over the Bucks. The Wizards win 117 to 113. Bit of a low-scoring affair. Denny Avdija, 27-point game, 8 rebounds. He starred today behind Corey Kispert as well, who also had 24 points. He was phenomenal for them. The Bucks, on the back of a Giannis 35-point triple-double, no Damian Lillard tonight, but the Bucks really just couldn't get it going. They were looking good, but they weren't looking good up to Bucks standards. The Bucks, as we all know, are one of the best teams in the East, going against the Wizards, who, to this point, I think have the worst record in the East. So for them to not be able to take care of business tonight is kind of unfortunate. Might throw around the standings a little bit compared to who wins and who loses down the stretch. But Giannis did all he could tonight. The role players really just couldn't get it done. Cameron Payne had a double-double, which is huge for him. You don't really get many nights where he can give you that. So that was huge. The Wizards Wizards got it done in the end. The Bucks couldn't find their form, and Wizards, as I said, take that one 117-113. Next game up, the Lakers take care of business against the Raptors. I didn't really watch too much of this one, considering it was a bit of a slower game. The Lakers top 3, D'Angelo Russell, Anthony Davis, LeBron James, all 20-plus points, taking care of business in Toronto. Toronto, as of recently, have looked pretty dull. After the RJ Barrett trade, they were stringing together a few good games, and people were starting to really build some hype up around them. But they were just unable to get it done. And over this past 20 games, past the All-Star break and so on, they've incremented more minutes for Grady Dick, which is good. It's really good for his development and the franchise as a whole for him to get some development, because that's why they picked him at the end of the day. They really want him to be, a positive guard for them going down the line. So it's good to see him getting minutes, but I think overall it's sort of hurt the Toronto Raptors as a whole. They were really looking good for, 4 or 5 games after the RJ Barrett trade, but ever since they've really fallen off a lot. It's kind of unfortunate being Scotty Barnes, how well Scotty Barnes has played as of recent and throughout this whole year. But there's not really much they can do about it at the end of the day. The Lakers continue to roll, not letting up any breathing room for the Warriors, who are trying to get up to that 9-8 seed. They keep pulling away from us, which is unfortunate. But they're securing their spot in the play-in tournament day in, day out. They're basically a lock at this point. I don't think they're able to fall beyond the Houston Rockets unless, they lose 7 straight games. But took care of business tonight. Lakers take that one 128 to 111. Next game up, the Heat take care of the Knicks. As I said earlier, 31-point performance from your role player Donte DiVincenzo. Really big for them. Just wasn't enough to get it done against the in-form Heat. The Heat have looked really good as of recent. Terry Rozier come in, had a really big game today. 34 points, 3 assists, 7 rebounds. Played really well today. The Bam, close to a double-double today. Played well. So those sort of guys are really starting to click into gear and find it at the right time, which is really good. Terry Rozier, he's had enough time to really integrate himself into the team now. So he's really buying into the system, getting into the system, and as we can see, it's starting to show off for him. He's starting to have bigger scoring outbursts in games and finding players, assisting for 4+ assists every other night. The Knicks need to get to the playoffs. I don't think Julius Randle's out for much longer, so Julius Randle is being missed, just being another big body for them to get down low. Mitchell Robinson was back today, limited minutes. I think he only contributed 1 rebound and 1 steal. But as I said, it's good to have bodies back. They've been missing big bodies for majority of the year. They've been running Precious Achiuwa at their 5, which we all know Precious Achiuwa is a decent NBA player, but he's only 6'9" at the end of the day. So playing him at center for most nights, against some teams with 7'1", 7'2" big man, really takes a toll eventually. So the Knicks really just need to find those big bodies, get those big bodies back going into playoff time. And as I said, Heat take this one 109-99. Next game, 76ers take care of business against the Thunder in Joel Embiid's comeback. Joel Embiid came back today on a slight minutes restriction, played 30-odd minutes, scored 24 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists. He's back to making an instant impact on the game. Without Tyrese Maxey tonight, so for him to go out in the way he did and not have his partner in crime with him and still be able to pull the win for the team is huge. Kelly Oubre had a big scoring night tonight as well, 25 points. Compared to the Thunder, no Shea tonight, so only a 4-point loss for them is quite big. Aaron Wiggins, big game today. Josh Giddey's starting to find his groove a little bit, had a triple-double the other night, playing well. Jalen Williams, it's going to take some time, but Jalen Williams, I really see him in a few years being a near all-star caliber player. He's that good of a player. It's just the fact that he's, in those OKC system at the moment that's really buying into Shea and Chet Lobs and that sort of thing. He's still finding his buckets. I've seen stretches throughout the year of Jalen Williams getting the ball time and time again when Shea's on the bench and just dominating, going to the rack, hitting jump shots, attacking the ring. He is so good at attacking the ring, both hands. So Jalen Williams is really good. May I remind you, the smaller Jalen Williams, not the center Jalen Williams, because, yes, there is 2 Jalen Williamses on that team. So, but they're playing well. OKC, they'll lick their wounds tonight and be back at it in a couple of days' time. Against Philly, what a stronger opponent now that Joel Embiid's back. Great to see Joel Embiid being back over so long. I did not realise he was back tonight. I flicked the game on at the second quarter and realised he was on the floor and then was interested in the game. So Philly take this one 109-105. Timberwolves Rockets. Timberwolves take care of business. The Rockets, after their big win streak, have started to go on a slight losing streak. So their play-in chances are falling by the day. The Timberwolves, on the back of Naz Reid and Anthony Edwards, both 20-plus points for them too. Played really well. Jalen Green had a smaller night for how he's been playing. He had 26 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. He was playing really well tonight, just not quite to the input that he usually was after he became a father. So the Timberwolves take care of this one. I don't really have too much to say on this game. Rudy Gobert did his thing once again, 12 points and 14 rebounds. Just doing Rudy Gobert things. He's been doing it night in, night out the whole year. Not really much to say on this one. Both teams played well. Better team won in the end. Timberwolves take it. Next game was a big one. Even though they're the bottom of the West versus the top of the West, the Spurs and the Nuggets. Spurs really hung around today. Wemby with a near quadruple double. I was just talking in my video yesterday about how he's pulling off history, and he's nearly done it today. He finished with 23 points, 15 rebounds, 9 blocks and 8 assists. He was that close to getting a triple-double and being the 5th person ever to record the stat. First since David Robinson 20-odd years ago. The kid's just ridiculous. Mind you, that's on 30 minutes of basketball. If he plays that extra 10 minutes, I have no doubt in my mind that he gets that stat line. So it's just blowing my mind night in, night out what this kid can accomplish and how he's performing on a nightly basis. Although tonight wasn't quite enough to get them over the line against the defending champ Nuggets. Nikola Jokic, 42 points and 14 rebounds, I believe. He balled out, as he always does. The rest of the guys both scoring for Jokic. crazy. Jokic can have 42-point games and we don't really worry about it because we just see, triple doubles from Jokic night in and night out, and we don't really worry about it. MVP conversations for him, and why not? He's playing out of his mind. Nuggets take this one 110 to 105. Also, shout out Trey Jones. I believe it was his first career triple-double today. 12 points, 10 rebounds, 11 assists. Shout out to you. Played really well today. Just wasn't enough to get it done. Cavs and the Jazz. The Cavs took care of business tonight. I'll be honest, I didn't really watch much of this one. The Jazz at the moment are sort of tanking, per se. They're really just putting out all of their young guys and letting them run. 7 games left in the year. There's not really much to play for them. So they had guys like Taylor Hendricks and those sort of guys out on the court. Cavs walk into this one. Darius Garland has a quieter game, only has 8 points, but Jared Allen, Karis LeVert, Evan Mobley, all with 20-plus points. Those guys dominated, did what they had to do, went out on the floor and took care of business. As I said, I didn't really watch much of this one, so I can't really give an informed take on it. But Cavs take care of this one, continue to build their case for the playoffs, keep their positioning, and who knows where they'll end up in the seeding, but they will be high. So Cavs take this one 129 to 113. Next, and the 1 o'clock time slot, Warriors Mavericks. Warriors take this one 104 to 100. Huge win for us, guys. Klay Thompson, clutch free throws at the end of the game. I was so glad he, filled them in. Kyrie missed a corner 3, hit the side of the backboard at the end of the game. We played phenomenal defense tonight. Draymond Green, most of it is on his back because he is the conductor at the end of the day. But Gary Payton, amazing defender. Sat with Luka the whole time. The only scores that Luka really made on him was heavily contested jump shots. Luka never really made him look silly. Andrew Wiggins, big game, 20-plus points from him. Love to see that from Wiggins, considering Steph Curry had a quieter game tonight, only 13 points, 7 and 7. Draymond Green, as I said, 4 steals, 1 block, doing his defensive thing, being at his best, which we need going into the play-on if we want to make any sort of noise. As for the Mavericks, Luka, 30-point triple-double. It's just a whatever. For Luka, it's 30-point triple-double, whatever. It blows my mind. He just does it night in and night out. Doesn't even, sometimes when you're watching the games, it doesn't even feel like he has that much impact on the game. And then you look at the box score and it's like, oh, well, he has this many points and so on and so forth. It's just crazy to me. He's doing it night in, night out. Kyrie, 27 points, I believe. Those guys are really firing on all cylinders. It's just really for them getting their role players involved. Dante Exum had a bit of a poor game today. Didn't really shoot the ball too well. PJ Washington did his thing, hitting corner threes and attacking the ring when needed. But other than that, outside of them, those guys, Maxi Kleber had a pretty poor game today other than 1 block down the stretch. So Warriors take this one gladly. Gary Payton, hats off to you. Love you, Gary. Keep doing your thing. Warriors take this one. Last game of the day, the Kings and the Clippers. Kings take care of business. Wasn't really too challenging. Clippers had a poor game. Russell Westbrook had 20 points, but outside of that, James Harden shot 1 for 7 from the field and 6 points. For the Kings, Domantas Sabonis, 1 assist off a triple-double, 12 or so rebounds, keeping that double-double streak alive. Craziness. I don't know how far he is off the record, but I wouldn't believe he'd be far away. Kings are really making a push. They're up in that 7 sort of seed, so they will want to make noise in the playoffs. No Malik Monk tonight, so they had no 6-man, but didn't really bother them. Keegan Murray stood up on defense as he's starting to do on a nightly basis, which is great for them. And also hitting shots at the other end. There was one drive in the game where Sabonis, little scoop pass to him, and Keegan went up and slammed it over this guy. Craziness. Kings take care of this one. No Kawhi tonight for the Clippers, so sort of excusable, sort of not. But, these guys are all fighting for playoff seeding at the end of the day, so every win matters. If Dallas won this one tonight, I believe that they would have went above the Clippers, so both of them getting losses doesn't change the standings, but keeps it in the same spot and keeps everyone in arm's reach. But that's all 9 games today. Packed slate. I watched as much as I could, got as much knowledge as I could out of it. Took a lot of knowledge from it. But, you know, we've got 9 winners. Tomorrow, I believe we've got another big schedule, another 9 games tomorrow, so it'll be packed out. I might do another recap tomorrow. I don't know what the planning looks like, but I'm definitely getting a video tomorrow. Don't know if it'll be a recap or a daily NBA game. We'll see how we go. But without further ado, that's everything from me. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and I'll see you then. Peace.